Welcome to Kagurabachi Chapter 72. I'm late, but the only reason was because I was on vacation pretty much the whole week. But in order to catch up, because I'm reading this on Saturday before Chapter 73, I'm going to read this one on my own, so no chat. Same with all the other stuff that's coming out too, so yeah. We'll still see y'all tomorrow on the usual time. So, but we're gonna read this one on its own because I got a lot to catch up on. So I'd rather just read and focus on that specifically and not like have chat. Even though I like talking to y'all, but that's why the comments also exist as well. Comment your thoughts on this chapter. All I know is that last time we went through the whole flashback. And then he said the line. He said, "In the disaster that will befall this country as a result a few years from now." Bro, what? Okay. So, we had thoughts about like future, like there was a lot. I remember that conversation. So now that it's been essentially 2 weeks for me, I gotta refresh myself. But this one's called Chapter 72, Future. Oh, are we onto something here? Are we actually onto something here? Give me a break. My ex-wife's wake just finished. I'm so sorry, but I simply had to thank the great hero. The Seitei War started when they invaded. Dude, we're getting back to that island shit. We're getting back to that island shit again, dude. Ooh, oh, right, I forgot to put this up here. Okay. Oh. The citizens of that small country were bloodthirsty savages by nature. What? I guess that makes... From what we read previously, I guess, yeah. Their bodies were resistant to the Datenseki. Their invasion advanced steadily. As everyone knows, our heroes and their enchanted blades turned the tide. The heroes succeeded in eradicating the citizens of that nefarious small country. Thanks to our heroes, every last one of them was wiped out. Our country was protected. The sins you people committed and the disaster that will befall. I don't think that's what you came here to say. Yes, I know the truth. The events that led up to the eradication. The story the public doesn't know. The things that happened before this, it seems. When the Shinuchi emerged, it turned the tables on the enemy. We waged a powerful counteroffensive, rapidly driving them back. The heroes encroached into the enemy's territory, and at this point, the end of the war was in sight. The enemy flew a white flag. Bloodthirsty savages. We were taught to call them that from our textbooks. But were they just trying to defend themselves? Like, I mean, imagine their perspective. They just kind of appear, they spawn. But then again, it's either they invaded or they just were here. They just existed here, right? I don't actually know. But in reality, human beings are individuals. Physiologically, that small nation's inhabitants had a unique genetic resistance to the Datenseki, but they were still human. The royal family who led the invasion were deposed. They chose to surrender. In order to prevent further casualties, they signed a treaty, and for a time, peace was established. Dude, is that the fucking guy that... You know what I'm talking about. The guy that Proceed used? His sword? Right? No. They must be annihilated. Oh God. This panel goes hard as fuck. They must be annihilated. That's definitely him. He has the hair for it. Yeah. One of the heroes who had trod over countless corpses during the war went berserk. Yeah, it was him. With all of his, like, creepy, Hell's Paradise-y kind of sword. The way it works. The strongest of the enchanted blades responded, and the true realm of an enchanted blade conforms to its master. Malediction. What the fuck? The abilities that the sword master evoked were a force of pure obliteration. In the immensity of that power, the Shinuchi and the sword master consumed each other. What? Oh, then all reason vanished, and the calamity that ensued was beyond virtue or evil. You could see the corpses, the skeletons, everything just... That top left here is the kid and that mom. Completely eviscerated, destroyed, nothing left. Nothing. Just bones. In the immensity of that power, the Shinuchi and the sword master consumed each other. God damn. The calamity that beset that small nation laid waste to roughly 200,000 lives. It was only afterward that the 5 other enchanted blade bearers were able to stop him. The sword master remains locked away to this day. That's the real story of the cleansing of that country. The truth is, the sword master is the worst murderer who ever lived. But he's like... It says that he was consumed, but he seems like he's still the... It's that guy from... I know I'm bad with names, I'm sorry, but you know who I'm talking about. It's that guy. We actually, in the last part of the chapter, chapter 71, it shows him again, sitting there, right here. In the freaking... wherever that room is. What, do they think he died? It was only afterward that that the 5 other enchanted bearers were able to stop him. The sword master remains locked away to this day. Yeah. I don't know why. I know they say they locked him up, but consumed each other. That's so cryptic, you know? Like, they both consumed each other until nothing was left. That's terrifying. And the fact that they supposedly... They make a statue of him? But this country was still in chaos, reeling from the invasion. To reestablish stability and avoid further confusion, they hid the truth and enshrined the swordmaster as a hero who defeated an evil enemy. So, of course, the truth was horrible. They lock him up. I'm guessing all those paper, like, seals seal him within this place he's sitting. But the public thinks he's a hero, just like everybody else. You know, all the other heroes, too. How much does he know? How can we blame them? It was for the good of the future. Yes, the future. As for the reason for my visit, I've come to deliver a prophecy. A prophecy? So long as the swordmaster lives, that calamity known as the malediction will occur again in the near future, in this country. See, how does he know that? Do his eyes see some crazy shit sometimes? That's what's going on here? Is that really it? And this is going to repeat itself? He's going to escape. But what? Seiichi Samura, you have a job to do. And now he's basically saying, like, you better kill the wielders of the swords, the blades, or else 200,000 people and probably more will be destroyed. For the future, and then he just disappears. You're awake. Who was that? A calamity? A job to do? Oh, she heard that. Do you have somewhere to go? Do you have somewhere? Do you have to go somewhere, Dad? You heard that? I'm not going anywhere. Oh, God. Kaminabi headquarters. Long time no see, Samura. It's not like you to reach out. Yo, you've aged, hobbling like an old geezer. Aren't you cheeky? I'm still pretty spry for an old man. Care to spar? No, I'll pass. What's the matter? Weren't you gonna knock me silly? My man took out fucking Samura and Shiba? Just like that? Oh, that's Azami. I remember when he was training Shiba and Azami to fight, and he just goes... Pff, pff. I'm the old man. I'm the powerful one here. Okay. Terrifying, but okay. This man knew the truth about the Sword Master. That's so. Only the core members of the Kaminabi and the nation's highest echelon know that. Perhaps he was involved back then. His voice and scent were unfamiliar. And this man who knew the truth said that the malediction would beset this country next? A prophecy, huh? Well, it's like the dream of the monk of Tinraqueen, a sort of divination with no clear evidence. A possible disaster, in other words. So it's possible. That's fascinating. To prevent such a thing, the Swordmaster has been imprisoned deep underground, and the Shinuchi has been sealed and isolated in a separate place, so that the two can never come into contact. But still, the thing about them saying that the Shinuchi and the Swordmaster consumed each other is fascinating. So that the two can never come into contact. I feel like he's still loosely connected to it somehow. That's why it's so powerful. Maybe that's when they consumed each other, they became part of each other. But as long as the Sword Master and the Shinuchi remain in this world, that possibility exists. So why not just kill the man? I'm kind of down for that. To extinguish it completely, we would have to execute the Sword Master. But as you know, that's not possible. It's not possible? The eternal contracts. These life and death spells are immensely sophisticated. It would have been extremely cumbersome to enact multiple spells at once. For that reason, Rokuhira used the Shinichi as its core and assigned it to the Sword Master, his most trusted ally. So he trusted him a lot, actually, and then something went wrong with him, and he just, like it said, went berserk. Like a master-slave configuration, he linked them together to establish the contracts. Because of this configuration, if the Sword Master at the nucleus dies, the bodies of the other linked swordbearers will deteriorate, and within days they too will perish. What the fuck? Like shogi pieces that fall when the king falls, the enchanted blade bearers accepted that risk as they entered the war. That's such a risk when you enter a war like that, but okay, it's like a glass cannon, essentially. How could they know their comrade would become their enemy? I know, what the fuck happened to him? Why did he go crazy? If we execute the Sword Master, you and the other contracted owners of the enchanted blades will die. Well, but if we don't do something... Calm down, this isn't like you. Yes, I understand you're caring for your daughter now, so that's why you're concerned for the future. Yes. The possibility exists, but it's extremely slim. Very few people know that the Sword Master and the Shinuchi are under the tightest security imaginable. As long as the Sword Master and the Shinuchi are sealed and isolated, there's no concern. We don't need to sacrifice your lives for such a slim possibility. What the Sword Master did is a horrible crime he must somehow atone for, but to the very end, the rest of you fought to save the citizens, and not to kill the enemy. You are heroes. But he doesn't think that. Also, I like how they call him the Sword Master and they don't refer to him by name. That's kind of fun. It's like Voldemort shit, you know? You've done enough, let us handle the rest. You and your daughter have futures to live for. And then we go to her. So this is where he's teaching her. She's training and her eyes are closed. She has her eyes closed. But she can somehow sense the target. How? Gee, I don't know. Because you taught her. She's constantly imitating me. Oh, she was imitating, right. I guess she's getting the knack of it. The knack, huh? Yeah, it's better than the Knack, actually. I'm not gonna lie. Like, she's really good at this. Actually, she seems more afraid when she opens her eyes. She's like, oh shit. Closing her eyes eliminates extraneous thoughts. She can quietly concentrate and focus on wielding the sword. Incredible. Well, she is the daughter of the great hero Seiichi Samura. He's like, fuck. God damn it. Dad, did you see that? Yes. I did see that. Of course I did. Well done. Right? I'm going to be the best fighter ever, and I'll protect you, Dad. You can live for the future, he says. Huh. Is that so? Well, I can't wait. Damn. What a chapter. Overall, getting the info that the Sword Master is at the center. He's the centerpiece. So if we kill him, everyone... Not Chihiro, though, I think, because that's like an exception. But everyone who holds an enchanted blade would die. After 2 days. Deteriorating. Other than that, him speaking about this calamity that will happen if this Sword Master is released, killing not just probably 200,000 people, but even more than that, is scary. And we got a taste of that power when Proceed used it, which was terrifying. And this panel goes fucking hard as hell. Like, why did he go insane? Why does he look like this now? What happened to him? That's, like... There's something that there's some secret that even we don't know. Are they truly bloodthirsty? I don't even know anymore. What do I know? I don't know. Either way, thanks for watching. This was just a short one, but I'll see you on Sunday for the live read-through of 73. So, thanks for watching. Have a good one.